Go for it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Joe Code. Great to be here with you today. Suited and booted, looking fresh. Got my nice, simple boots on. Simple as the company. Brown boots. Nice to be, it's nice to dress up every now and then. I feel it's good. And I always try to keep the outfits fresh for this podcast. I want to be known for my style someday. You know, I want to see people, oh, that guy dresses like Joe Morisi. That'll be fun. That'll be fun for people to hear. Oh, he looks like a construction worker. That's good. That's fine. I don't care. That's a style.
Do you want people to go as you for Halloween?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
I would love that. That would be very flattering. I would love to see pics of Joe Morisi Halloween costumes. That would be absolutely awesome. I got this iced coffee today. The guy put way too much almond milk. It looks like one of those fricking boba drinks.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's all white.
I don't see any floaty stuff, though.
I mean, yeah, what is that floaty shit that goes in that boba?
I think that's the boba.
Oh, that is the boba?
Yeah.
I don't even know what boba is. And guess what? I don't want to know. So.
Okay. I think I know.
Why, do you know?
Yeah, my wife drinks them. I think they're tapioca balls.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Ugh. No thanks.
Aaron, you know everything. Whenever I have a question, this guy's got the answers. Fucking Mr. Smart Guy over here.
Yeah, I used to host a trivia.
Oh, okay, I guess that helps.
These are things.
I'm a great trivia contestant. I'm very good at Trivial Pursuit. At the holiday games, I'm one of the best question answerers.
Awesome.
Thanks. A guy just told me that I have the energy of a guy that's been beaten down by his wife. I mean, I guess I see that. I am. I do kind of move around a little bit slow. I mean, I don't want to say lethargic, but I guess maybe. But I guess I do give off kind of a sluggish energy. But no, I'm just beaten down by my own self at the moment. So, beaten down by my roommates. It's tough living with two other grown men. One of whom puked in my toilet while I was out of town. That's nice.
Did it not flush?
It was about, yeah, I mean, it was flush, but it was stained.
Oh, wow.
There was some on the seat.
Jesus.
No apology. No deep cleanup. Just leave. Hey, Joe, welcome back. Here's your dirty toilet seat. And I guess that's what you get for having roommates at this stage in the game.
Speaking of, we were speaking about YouTube comments off the air, but there was one that I really particularly enjoyed. It said that this podcast is like if two night janitors at ATC just got a hold of the equipment during their lunch break.
I did see that. I like that.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, that's what it is. Someone asked me last night, what's the premise? There isn't one. Just fucking listen to it. What's the everything's got to be about something. This will be about nothing. How about that?
Food, beer, and men.
Yeah. Speaking of...
This is close to it.
Speaking of food, beer, and men, thank you, everybody, for the emails. Once again, the email saga of me not getting the emails has been resolved. We are getting inundated now with emails. Should I bone this girl I work with? Great question. Let's get it started. I mean, yeah, we could do quick questions like that are my favorite. I'm getting a lot of emails with multiple, like 3 paragraphs. You know, you don't need to write a treatment for a fucking pilot episode that you're writing. Just write a few lines. We'll emphasize food, beer, and men. But yeah, I mean, I've always worked with women that I wanted to be with. I would probably in every job. So, I mean, I would say if you like her, date her. I wouldn't just do the one-time thing. That's not a good move when you work with somebody. But if you really like her, go for it. And let her know how you feel. That's the way to do it. And thank you for some people that were taking responsibility for saying that they sent their email to the wrong address. Thank you for sharing in the responsibility of my mistake. You did not send it to the wrong address. You sent it to the wrong idiot because I'm a dumbass and I got it wrong. I didn't get it wrong. I downloaded the email to my Apple. I added it to the Apple email, and for whatever reason, the emails didn't come through. And then I downloaded the Gmail app, and then they started pouring in. It was as simple as that. So I don't know why. Whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you for the emails. JoeCodePodcast@gmail.com. It works. I will read all the emails. And when I say I'll read all the emails, I'll actually read them. But that doesn't mean I'm going to bring them to the show. We have a short show, and also I think it's very boring if I'm just sitting here reading. Like, this is fucking reading class in 4th grade. You know, read out loud for everybody. I'm not going to do that, Aaron.
Good, because that gives me great anxiety.
Yeah, I'll paraphrase emails, and then we'll go from there. And
seriously, though, I don't know why. I hate being read to.
Yeah, it's so boring. I'm glad you agree, because we're not going to... Don't worry, I won't be reading them. Unless it's like unless it's like a short question, like do I bone, you know, like that kind of a thing. So
I'm gonna go the opposite way on that, by the way. I don't think you bone anyone at work.
Yeah, that's the safe bet.
Did not work out for me.
Yeah, it never works out. I mean, it was... Yeah, twice I tried to do it. Well, not I mean, I really liked the person both times. So I was trying to do more than bone, so to speak. But now I'd like to transition into This Sucks for this episode. And This Sucks this week is stick shift. I never learned how to do it. I ran into a friend that still does it. He's like, "Oh, you never learned how to do it? What? You're not a man." Oh yeah, you're archaic. You're ancient. Nobody drives this manual shit anymore. Don't give me a hard time. I grew up automatic, and I'm staying automatic. This move and get, like, what is this, an arcade game? I'm moving the stick back and forth. Get out of here. It's so lame. So you can take that stick and shove it. And we'll get back to the emails now.
But I mean, I can drive stick and I enjoy it. But
oh, okay.
But I would not shame you for it.
Well, yeah. Why do people think that's like a thing you learn? How is that like a rite of passage? Like if you, like your first car, if your parents give you a car, or you work to buy your own car, it's like, oh, I got to get a stick shift first because that makes me a man. Like, what is that? I don't get that.
Yeah, no. If I could have I was gifted a car. If I could have gotten one that was automatic, I definitely would have preferred it.
Would you have a Mazda?
Close. It was a Dodge, but it was really a Mitsubishi under the hood.
Okay, what is that? Just car talk? Mitsubishi under the hood?
Yeah.
You think I'm going to get what that means?
No, it's literally like everything on the outside said Dodge and everything on the inside said Mitsubishi. So it was like, it was a pickup truck, but it was terrible and it was small and it sucked. But it was inexpensive.
All right, yeah. Yeah, when you're going for your first car, you got to go with what's cheap.
You should have to. I think if you get a Mercedes for your first car, you're in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, I agree. Someone asked, what's it like being bald? It's great. Thank you very much. It's very freeing. And they said also, was it weird at first? Yeah, it's very weird at first. Because I used to have very like really thick hair. I've posted throwback pics on Instagram where I have like this thick curly fro, and it's real hair. And people are like, oh, that looks like a wig. No, I had very thick hair, and now it's just not. It left. Yeah, at first I remember, man, when I started, I guess, losing it 3-4 years ago. Yeah, just in the shower, you would just start to see so much hair come out. But then I remember thinking, oh, yeah, it'll grow back. Hair, I always lose hair in the shower. And then you notice it stops growing. It just stops. And then you have to roll with the punches. For a while, you change your hairstyle. You come up with a look that will get you by for a while, and then you just have to say, this is it. And then you decide, hey, do I want to buzz it? Do I want to shave it clean? I know right now mine is a bit... I'm looking a little fuzzy right now, but I got to say, I think I'm looking pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah, thanks. Got the pretty solid beard going. Got a little fuzz on top, but I do prefer to shave the top. I will probably do that later today. But yeah, it is. I mean, you just got to accept it whenever you're ready, too. If you're not ready to shave it off, there's no timeline on this thing. You lose your hair, you're not ready to go all the way. Just you take your time. It'll feel right when the time is right. Me, I was kind of forced into it because once COVID hit and barbershops were closed, I could no longer go get my professional haircuts where she did a good job of cutting it really short up in this middle area, and it looked like I wasn't so bald. But then once I couldn't go to see her anymore, I said, this is it. This is the moment. And you know what? I was going to say best decision of my life, but no, I mean, come on, that's not true. But it was a very good decision. Maybe it was the best decision of my life. Who knows?
Looks great.
Thanks.
You got a good head for it. I don't think I have a good head for it. I would do it. I don't think I have a right head.
Yeah, that's the big thing. People are worried about their head shape. I got a nice sphere.
What size hat are you?
Like,
I don't know that matters, but
I think 7 and something.
I think most people are 7 and something.
I have a kind of a small head, maybe 7 1/4.
Oh, wow.
7 5/8.
That's a lot bigger.
All right. Well, now we're talking fractions.
I'm 7 5/8.
Well, what's after 7 1/4? 7 3/4?
I think it's 7 3/8 and then 7 1/2.
Yeah, 7 3/8, 7 1/2. Yeah, I might be 7 1/2.
I was 7 1/2, but
I don't know. I haven't bought a fitted hat in so long.
Now I'm 7 5/8. My head has grown like Barry Bonds.
Yeah, you got to be roided up to run these podcasts.
Agreed.
Yeah, you need that extra adrenaline to listen to my shit. Good question here. I like this a lot. This is a good question because I had to think about this for a while. They asked me, what goes through your head before a set, like before you go on stage to perform comedy? That's a really good question because it's very... I guess I'll go over the beginning of my set in my head, like the first couple things I'm going to talk about, so I know how to get rolling and get into it. But that's about it. Other than that, I'm just trying to stay present and just stay in the moment. There's really nothing running through my head. You're just kind of ready, I guess. It's just like kind of being on deck circle during a softball game. Why does everything come back to softball? I don't want to talk about softball. But
I'm a lot more comfortable in the on deck circle of softball than I was before stand up.
All right, yeah, I get that, but yeah, I guess the same thought of like,
at the very least, I have a bat in my hands.
Yeah, you're ready to fight. But no, there's nothing really running through my head except just be calm, be in the moment. Because I mean, at this stage, I don't really get nervous anymore. After 13 years, so it's really just kind of looking over the room, kind of taking in and just being present. So, thanks. That's a good question. Somebody's 23 years old and doesn't know how to ride a bike. What the heck is that? Are you kidding me? But then I thought about it. Maybe he grew up where there was no sidewalks.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a thing.
Yeah, that's what my wife went through.
That's where my brother lives. He lives in a neighborhood where there's no sidewalk, but he's still just taught his daughter how to ride the bike. Because they have a park right across the street. But yeah, so actually, if you don't know how to ride, if you guys didn't have sidewalks, then you know what? Hats off to your parents for being safe. They were looking out for your safety. Don't want to ride the bike in the street. But now he says he's trying to learn in secret. You can't. I think someone's got to hold the back of that seat for you for the first time.
At 23? Oof.
Yeah, I don't think what he's trying to say, he wants to learn in secret because he doesn't want anybody to know that he doesn't know how. But I think you need a person to help at the beginning. That's a tough one. Here's a tough question. What time of day do you record the podcast? Yeah, thanks for asking. This is very important stuff. Today
they couldn't tell from looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the studio, so yeah, it could be. I mean, today we recorded at 2:30. Thanks for asking. Sometimes it's 11. Sometimes it's 1. It's usually between 11 and 2, like fucking when the cable guy comes. But let's oh yeah, I want to talk about this is part Joe Code for the week. Part of Joe Code for the week. Remember, this is one of our newer segments, and part of Joe Code is be a good neighbor. I think it's very important when you see your neighbors, say hi, be friendly, engage in a small chat if you have a minute. It goes a long way. I think people feel, because then you make your neighbors feel more comfortable, and it just makes for a good living environment. Like the building I'm in, it's only 2 stories. There's 7 units, so everyone knows each other. We're not like friends, but we're all friendly with each other. But if they asked me to hang out, I would. I'll come over for a beer. So it's nice to be. You don't want to have when you have an awkward neighbor situation, it can really mess up your day-to-day life. in my old building, I had what'd this guy accuse me of? Shit, I lived next door to this guy and this lady. They were sketchy because one time someone from the government came looking for them. Like a government agent. What are those called?
I mean, it depends on their department. Or
but yeah, I
bureau.
think it was like it might have been from the IRS or something. But they were looking for these people. They knock on my door looking for. Oh man, you know, I'm sorry I brought this up because now this is gonna. But I had a neighbor accuse me of something that I didn't do, and it was very weird. And I never talked to them again.
Fair.
So, yeah, I think he thought, I can't, well, this is like 5 years ago now. But yeah, I remember it was the weirdest thing, and then I was so glad the day they moved out. I think he thought that I stole something, maybe from the laundry room or something. I can't remember exactly, but bottom line is if you once you get into a bad neighbor relationship, I mean, it messes with your quality of life, basically. You have to change a lot of shit.
Yeah. I have a couple neighbor situations.
Bad ones?
We'll see. I mean, I'm friends with 2 different neighbors
Yeah.
who hate each other. That's weird.
So you're like the go-between?
No.
Or you're just, like, they don't know. Yeah, I got you.
They both know that I talk to the others.
Right.
They don't, But, yeah, there was some sort of incident where the police were called.
Oh, jeez.
Before we moved there. So that's weird. And one of them, he told me his name the first time I met him.
Yeah.
And I immediately forgot it.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't needed to use it in his presence.
Yeah.
So I call him Chris. I think his brother said his name was Matt. So now I call him Chris Matt.
We just say it fast.
I don't say it to him at all. I don't need to.
Okay.
I just say, hey, how's it going? Never have to say it. So I to this day, it's been 3 years now, 3.5 years. I do not know this guy's name for sure.
Well, that's the thing, too. Like, I mentioned I'm friendly with all the neighbors. There's a couple of them I don't know their names. That's just the truth. That's the truth. I'm sorry.
I know their dogs' names.
Yeah, for whatever reason, dog names are easy to remember.
Mm-hmm. That's Shadow's dad.
Man, yeah. See, like we had neighbors that moved out. I can't remember their name, but I remember their cat was George. They had a cat named George.
Great name for a cat.
Yeah. And I'm with you on that. Like these 2 girls just moved in, told me their name, and I see them walking, and I'm like, no idea. Could be Liz, could be Bethany. I don't know.
There's an older couple at the end of my street. Their kids, their son and his wife live with them. I knew the wife's name. But now, since they've moved out into their own place, now I only know their dogs' names. It's 2 beagles, Baco and Athena. They hate us.
Baco?
Baco, yeah.
Not Paco, but with a B?
Yeah, with a B. Yeah.
And Athena, like the goddess?
Mm-hmm. Their owners are not from this country.
I like Baco.
He hates us.
Oh, okay.
It's a beagle who's had a stroke. Hates us.
He had a stroke?
Yeah, he's got the stroke face.
Oh, man. Yeah, these emails are great. I'm glad that I got this figured out. There's a guy, he's 23. Oh, no, this guy wants to start a coffee company, and he wants to call it Crappy Coffee. He says it's good coffee, but not great coffee, but it's got a lot of caffeine. He's sick of all the trendy coffee shops. He wants just straight up coffee, and he wants to charge like 50 cents to $1. in 2021, what is this, a lemonade stand?
Yeah.
You got to, unless you got a line down the block every day and you can get that somehow and people keep coming for that cheap coffee.
Yeah, you got to sell tremendous volume.
I mean, you're going to have a lot of quarters in your cashier drawer. I don't know if you want to be... I mean, you're going to be responsible for the change shortage.
Yeah.
At this point.
You think that guy's serious, or is he trying out a bit on you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's with some of these questions, but... I do think Crappy Coffee is a fun name.
It is a fun name, sure. I just think if you're selling coffee that cheap, you're not providing health insurance for your employees. Even if it's just you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I want to give a shout out to Brendan and Nick, who came out to my when I did the Laugh Factory in Chicago. I just saw this email. Sorry guys, I'm behind on it. I'm trying to catch up on all these emails. They just gave me some really good compliments about, said I was great and all that, and they really had a good time. So, Brendan and Nick, thanks for coming out. Oh yeah, and then one of them asked about hair loss. Yeah, accept hair loss when you're ready, as I said before. There's no rush. But Brendan and Nick, thank you guys.
You can always be a hat guy.
Yeah, there's also that. Yeah, I usually don't go the hat route, but the thing about wearing hats now, they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
When I had thick, curly hair, I hated wearing hats because it would make my scalp itch because it was too much.
Do you do a sunscreen daily?
On my head?
Yeah.
No, I like it to burn. because otherwise I want it to be tan, because otherwise it's like too shiny.
Well, sunscreen doesn't block all the sun.
Well, I want all the sun to get
stuff
through.
Yeah, okay. Be careful.
Yeah, I will. We got a
I was also going to say there's tons of other hats than baseball caps if that's a turnoff to a fella who's losing his hair.
You could be a beanie guy.
You could be a beanie guy, yeah, as the Joe Code logo demonstrates.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was wearing that when it was cold out. Yeah, you don't want to be one of these beanie guys in the summer.
Yeah, that's true.
90 degrees wearing a beanie. I don't like that.
No.
But yeah, that logo that was taken during one of the chilling, probably 45-degree weather days that we have here in Los Angeles. Very cold. Very cold to us here. Your blood thins out. Yeah. Oh, 45 is not cold? Okay, well, when it's freaking 75, 80 every day, 45 hits you like minus 10. So, why don't you friggin' shut your mouth? Whoever wants to say shit. All right, last email for this week. I'm gonna get to most of the emails, so thanks for writing in, everybody, once again. Sorry that I was a dumbass before. Now, this guy asked, when you replace the toilet paper, him and his fiance are having a dispute. Do you put it like over the top, like that, or under? Do you get my gestures, Aaron? I say over the top.
Mm-hmm. I'm an over the top.
Yeah. He's over the top. She's not. Over the top wins. It's 3 against 1. Sorry, fiance. Over the top it is. The men have spoken.
Yeah, when my wife does under, she doesn't pay attention to it. When she does under, I'm just like, what? Who have I married?
Yeah, it's because then it like runs along the wall. No, I need it. I need to be able to grab it. It doesn't need to be sticking to the wall, you know. So, Yeah, over the top, please. Now let's do. We'll do This Is Great. We love a good This Is Great to end the show with. We love a nice positive This Is Great. And for me this week, This Is Great is Chicago. I spent a lot of time in the city recently, and it was a lot of fun. I really miss the city a lot. Usually when I go back, I'm in the suburbs where a lot of my family and friends are now. But this time I spent 3 days in the city, and it was amazing. And it makes me really miss that place and my family and my friends. And the shows were great at Laugh Factory when I was there. It's just a world-class city, food, people, atmosphere, everything. Street festivals going on, restaurants outside on the street. You know, they got streets closed for restaurants on the street. Just a really, really fun time being back there. And it's always great going back. So, yeah, Chicago, I love it. Hope to be back soon. So, all right, in closing, any questions from Aaron to close out today?
I think we got a lot from these emailers. They've kind of covered the gamut.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I just thought, I don't know if you had something on your mind. But yeah, everybody, thanks for the emails. And I appreciate all the questions asked. But again, if you want my expertise, it's going to be men, beer, and what was the other one?
Food.
Men, beer, and yeah. Did I say? I thought I said men, beer, and sports earlier.
No, it's.
Did I say that?
Food, beer, men, I believe.
It is. Yeah, I wrote sports, but men, beer, and food, please, please. I mean, sports are okay too, but I mean, if you want some real Joe knowledge, if you want a really good reply, a good answer from me on the podcast, you're going to ask something about men, you're going to ask something about beer, you're going to ask something about food. And that is Joe Code for today, everybody. Thank you all so much. We'll talk again soon. Thanks.